Guys, stop going back to old relationships that you know aren't for you. If that relationship drains you emotionally, if you're mentally unstable while you're in that relationship, if it drives you to get angry and always fuss and curse someone out, or if it drains you in any way, and also if you notice that your life has digressed once you got in that relationship, leave that person alone. No need to continue to try to work it out or think that they're going to change, or keep praying that something's going to work that God it did not put in his will to work. Leave that person alone and try to find the person that is for you, or be alone if that's what it's, if it's meant for you to stay alone. Sometimes we're not always meant to be in relationships, and we always try to find things or seek things that are not in God's will for our lives at that time, or you try to make something broke that is not of God. If you know that that relationship is sinful or lustful or just not right for you, no need to try to make it work. And sometimes we have these soul ties that keep us going back, or it's the sex that keeps you going back. But you have to realize that the soul ties and the spiritual ties to that is what keeps you entangled, and it affects you not only physically, spiritually, but and mentally, and it affects you in so many ways. So stop going back, whether you're a man or a woman. If you keep going back and you know that that person isn't right for you, or expecting them to change, especially if you've invested years in that relationship, don't keep going back, and pray to God to break all soul ties with that person, and declare and decree the power of God's Spirit over your life and over your perception and over your mind, body, and emotions that are tied to them, and cause you to keep going back to something that is toxic. Like, don't go back to the people, places, and things that drive you to, act out of character, cuss them out, or be depressed or sad, or you're always angry and upset. Those types of things you need to be just mindful of and pay attention to. If you're continuing to feel that way, leave that person alone. Those are the signs to leave that person alone, and don't keep going back. Just because some time lapses, say that you do leave, and you leave that person alone for a while, and then you think, they may have changed, or you think, that things may get better. Don't ever go back to something that God already rescued you from. I went through all of that. I've had my experience with being in a long-term relationship. Sometimes you have kids with that person, and that's another thing that keeps you going back. Just because you have kids with someone doesn't mean that you continue to deal with something that God did not ordain for you in the first place. Take your kids as a blessing and co-parent the best way that you can, and continue to pray over your relationship as far as a co-parent, and love them from a distance. So just, guys, don't keep going back. God is leading you from them, and listen to God, because it will only get worse, and you're only delaying your purpose while you're staying with someone that is not meant for you to be with. There's another thing that comes with being in these relationships. There's a delay on your purpose. You're mentally delayed, physically delayed, sometimes financially delayed, and it's all in entirety. It's a delay because it's not part of your will. And anytime we're living in a part or in life that's not a part of God's will, it's a delay on his purpose. So leave that person alone. Stop going back. It's not for you.